Welcome into the video. I'm your tech guy Wayne, and today I want to walk you through my new user guide on the Moto G Stylus 5G 2025. This is basically a compilation of every video I've made on the Moto G5 2025, and it's going to be the best video for you to watch to be able to use this phone. So I'm going to start with my beginner video, which basically walks you through all the basics of using the phone and setting up the phone. From there, I'll transition into my tips and tricks video, and I'll show you a lot of cool additional things that are helpful to learn in using the phone. From there, I'll go into my video that shows you how to use a micro SD card with the phone to expand the storage. From there, I'll go into how to take a screenshot and how to print. And then the video will wrap up with how to soft reset the phone if you ever notice that it's glitching or the touchscreen is not working properly. And the video will end with how to factory reset the phone. So make sure you watch all the way to the end so you don't miss any important information. And without further ado, let's jump into the video. Let's start with our button walkthrough. On the right side of the phone, you'll find your volume keys, volume up and volume down. And this is your power button, which is also your standby button. So when you press this button, it will wake up the phone. Press it again, it will put the phone to sleep, but the phone is still on. This will also launch your Google Assistant. So by holding down the button for 1 second, it'll bring up the Google Assistant, and then you can ask it different prompts. You can ask it questions like searching Google for things. You can also ask it very simple tasks like set an alarm for me for tomorrow at 8 a.m. Or you can say open my gallery app. So you can use that for quite a few things. So that's our power button. On the left side of the phone, there are no buttons, but you do have your SIM card tray. In the box of your phone, you will have a tool that looks like this. This is a SIM ejector tool, and you simply insert this into the hole and push to take out the tray here. And here you'll find the slot for your SIM card and also an expandable slot for a micro SD card. If you want to add storage, you can put that in that slot right there. And most people have a memory card from an older phone. You can just pop that right into that tray to expand the storage. I'll link on screen right here to some deals on memory cards as well, in case you would like to add more storage to your phone. At the bottom of the phone, you'll find your auxiliary port for plugging in your auxiliary headphones. And here you'll have the charging port. Now this charging type is called a USB-C. So if you ever need to replace that charging cable, you need to look for a USB-C charging type. Now, this phone won't come with the plug that plugs into the wall. Now, when the phone is asleep like this, if you want to wake up the screen, you can obviously press on the power button 1 time, or you can tap on the screen twice, and this will automatically wake up the screen. And this screen is called your lock screen. And to get into the phone from the lock screen, take your finger and just simply drag it up the screen like this, and that'll take you into the phone. Now again, later we'll go over how to set a passcode. Once there is a passcode on the phone, when you drag your finger up the screen, instead of it taking you here, it will take you to a screen that will require you to put in the passcode to get into the phone. So again, we'll go over that a little bit later. So this is what's called your home screen. This is just the main screen of the phone. And whenever you go into one of these little apps here, if you want to get back to the home screen, you simply tap on your home button, which is this button right in the center. But before I go over these 3 buttons here, I just want to give a quick explanation of these little icons here. So those are called apps, which is short for applications. Think of how computers have programs, phones have applications or apps for short. So whenever I refer to apps, I'm just referring to these little programs that you'll see on the home screen. Now on the home screen here, you'll see just a couple of apps, and later I'll go over how to get to the rest of the apps, because there's a lot more apps on the phone, but there's only a couple that are set up on the home screen to start. At the bottom here, you'll have your phone app. This is what you'll use to make phone calls. This is your messaging app for sending text messages. This is your web browser. It's called Google Chrome. And going in here will allow you to go to websites, google.com, AOL.com. All that happens in the Chrome app. And then here is the camera app. This will take you into the camera and allow you to take pictures and record videos. These are a few other apps here. This is your Photos app. This is the app you'll use to manage pictures on the phone. And we'll go over that in the section when I talk about using the camera and where to find the pictures after you take them. This is our Play Store. This is what you'll use to download new apps. Maybe you want to download a fun game like chess or Catan or Solitaire. You would do that in the Play Store, and I'll go over that in the section when we talk about apps. And this is our Google folder, which has a lot of other really helpful apps like YouTube, for example. Google Maps, you'll use that for looking up directions to go somewhere. You have your music app. You have your Gmail. You'll use that for managing your email accounts, and just a bunch of other apps here. So those are just a few of the apps that come pre-installed on the phone. Now guess what? I want to get out of this folder and I want to get back to the main screen. I'm going to hit my home button and it will take me back to the home screen. If I go into Google Chrome because I want to look at a website, I can go into Chrome and I can, let's see, hit no thanks. Got it. And I can tap on this little box at the top here, and then I can begin to go to whatever website I would like. I can type in www.aol.com, and then I'll tap on this little arrow to the bottom right, and this will allow me to go to that website. So that's how the web browser works. If I want to get back to the main screen, I'm going to tap on this home button again, and that'll take me back to the main screen. Okay, now to the right of the home button is what's called the recent apps button. Now, if I ever open up one of these little apps on the phone and then I hit the home button, it's going to take me back to the home screen, but that app is still running in the background of the phone. So if I want to go back to it later, I can just tap on this recent apps button here, and then look, there's Google Chrome, the app we were just in, and I can tap to go right back there and continue browsing the AOL website. Okay. Now, if I want to close out Chrome because I no longer want to browse the web, I'm going to tap on that recent apps button, and I can simply just swipe up like this, and that will close out that app altogether. Now, I do have some other apps that are also open right now. I can swipe up on each one, or I can just tap clear all, and that will close all the apps that are running in the background. Okay, so that's essentially what the recent apps button does. To the left here, you'll find the back button. Now this simply just takes you one step back when you're in a menu or an app. Here's a good example of this. If I swipe up on the home screen, this will take me to what is called my app drawer. This is where you'll find all the apps that are on the phone. I'm going to go to the settings app, and then I'm going to go into the menu. I'm going to go to display, and then I'll go to screen timeout. And let's say I want to go back to the main screen of the settings app. If you notice, we're 3 pages in to this app. So I'm going to use my back button to go back 1 page in the menu, and I can press it again. And now I'm back on the main screen of the settings app. So that's all this button does. It just takes you back 1 page. And if there's nowhere else for you to go and you press it, it'll take you out of that app and back to the app drawer, and then we can press it again. Now we're back to the home screen. So it just helps you go back 1 step. All right. Now let's talk about, there's another important section of the phone which is called the notification panel. And when you're on the home screen, if you simply drag down the screen like this, it'll bring up what is called your notification panel. And this section has 2 things that are really important. So the first thing is you'll have shortcuts to frequently used settings on the phone. So for example, I have my Wi-Fi shortcut right here, my mobile data, do not disturb, my Bluetooth. If I want to turn on Wi-Fi, for example, I'm going to tap on the Wi-Fi button. It's going to light up in blue. Right now, it's just auto-connected to my home network. I've already put in that code, so it auto-connected. But if you want to connect to, for example, your home Wi-Fi, or maybe you're at a friend's house, you want to connect to their Wi-Fi, you'll simply want to first make sure the button is lit up in blue, and then just put your finger on the button for 1 second like this, and then it will take you into the Wi-Fi settings menu, and then it will show you all the available networks that you can connect to. So then you'll say, hey friend, what is your Wi-Fi? Oh, my Wi-Fi is Netgear 52. You'll tap on Netgear 52, and you'll simply type in whatever their passcode is. Remember, passcodes are case sensitive, so if there's an uppercase letter, tap on this little up arrow to get to the uppercase letters on the keyboard, and then you'll type in whatever the code is. You can tap here to check the code to make sure you've typed it properly. And when you're done, hit the check, and that will have it try to connect to that network. That's how you connect to Wi-Fi. Now let's swipe down again. So you'll find just a few of these shortcuts to the most frequently used settings. Now I can, from the top of the screen here, if I drag down, it's going to give me more options. So I'll have additional controls like auto rotate and ringer. If you want to control your sound on the phone, or you want to put your phone on vibrate, you would tap here, and guess what? Now your phone is in vibrate. See, it says ringer mode and then vibrate. If I press it again, now all sound is muted. It won't vibrate, it won't make any sound. If I press it again, now the ringer is back on. So that's just an example of some of the important settings that are here. You can also swipe over and there are additional pages of other important settings. So I encourage you to swipe through here and look at all the different shortcuts that are there. This is going to cut down on you having to try to find things in the settings menu because the settings is a bit harder to navigate. So these are the most frequently used settings up here. At the top here, you'll have a adjustment bar for brightness. You can dim the screen down by going left or bring it to the right to make the screen brighter. So you can manually adjust that there. If you don't touch it, it will automatically adjust the brightness for you. Now, another important thing. So we swipe down one time to bring up this menu here, swipe down again. Now when you swipe that second time, it's also going to give you two really important buttons at the bottom here. One is a settings wheel. This is a shortcut to get to the settings menu. And then here you have a power button. This is how you power the phone off. Tapping on this button will take you to the power menu and you can power off, restart, or put your phone in the emergency mode. Now, that's the top of this menu. The bottom is where you'll find all the different notifications that come through the phone. So for example, if you get a Facebook notification, it would show up in this menu. If someone sends you a text message, it would show up in this menu. Any app that you download on the phone, if there's a new notification for you to read, it's always going to show up in this menu. And if you want to go into that notification to get more information, you just tap. So let's see, right here, this is an email right here. I can just tap and then it will take me into the email app. Here, this is a notification for a news article. If I tap on this, it'll take me into the news article and then I can tap again to get more information. So just know this is your main control center of the phone and it's keeping you up to date with any important things that are happening. If you have a missed call, it'll show up in this menu. Missed call, text message, Facebook notification, they'll all show up in this menu and you can tap to go in and get more details. So that is the notification panel. If you've gotten value out of this video so far, please take a minute and just bump that like button down below. Truly appreciate you for doing that. There's also a button that's called Super Thanks. If you'd like to leave us a tip, you can also hit that button to leave a monetary tip as well, and we totally appreciate that too. All right, so we're finished with the just navigating of the phone. Let's move into how to download apps on the phone. Now, I just showed you by swiping up on the home screen, it will take you to your app drawer, and this is where you'll find all the apps that are on the phone. Your phone will come with a bunch of apps pre-installed, which is great. And if you want more, you've got to look for this Play Store app right here. We're going to go into this, and here you can begin to look for apps to download on the phone. The first time you go in, it's going to ask you to go ahead and put in your passcode, so make sure you do that. And once you put in that code, it'll take you to your Google Play Store. Now, the Play Store is the main hub for downloading apps on your phone. And the easiest way to download an app is simply to tap on this search button at the bottom. You press it twice, it'll take you to the search and allow you to type in the name of the app you want to download. This is assuming that you know what you want to download. You might just be wanting to explore and see what apps are there. In that case, we're going to use our back button and we'll get back to the main screen right here. And you can just browse just by swiping through and seeing what you find. You can also go to top charts and look at what apps are performing the best right now and see, oh, everyone's downloading these. Let me take a look at these. Or you can swipe over and look at all the different options. Categories is great because you can sort by, different categories, obviously: business, comics, dating, education, events, finance. There's so many. I believe there's over 2 million apps you can download. There's a lot. So if you get bored, go to categories and look through and see all the apps that are available. Normally, I only go in here when there's something I want to download, and I do this. Let's say I want to download the Uber Eats app because I want to order food, have delivered. Guess what? I can either type in Uber, or I can press the microphone in the upper right corner and just say the name of the app, and then it will search it for me like this. The first time you do press the button, it will ask you to just give the phone permission to use the microphone in this app. So I'm going to tap while using this app. Uber Eats. So this is a great option, especially if you don't know how to spell the app you want to download, but you know the name of it. Just say the name, it'll find it for you. Here is Uber Eats, and we just tap on this little blue install button right here. And then when you see this little circle going around and around, that means it's downloading the app. Now, if this blue button ever has a price in it, that's letting you know that it is not a free app. It is a paid app. So just keep in mind, if you ever see a price there, you will need to pay. So make sure you're downloading the right app first. Here's an easy way to verify the app that you're downloading. Let's say I tap on this Instacart app right here. Right below the app, you'll find pictures and videos that show you what the app looks like. So I can tap here and I can look at pictures to just verify this is the right app. Sometimes you look through the pictures and you decide, oh, that's not the right app. This looks different. This is also great for downloading games because you might find 10 versions of chess, and you may want to look through the pictures first to make sure you like the layout and how the app looks. And if you don't, you can go back and look for another option. So we just downloaded Uber Eats, which is great. We're going to hit our home button to go back to our main screen. And then we're going to swipe up, and Uber Eats is going to show up in the menu. The menu is in alphabetical order, so we go down to the U section, and there's our Uber Eats app. So that's how easy it is to download an app to your phone. Now, if you ever want to delete an app later because you decide, hey, I don't want this on the phone, this is what you'll do. Let's delete the Monopoly Go app. Take your finger, press and hold on the app for 1 second, and then drag up. And as you drag up, you'll see these two options show up on the screen. If you change your mind, you can drag the app over to cancel. But if you don't, if you still want to erase it or delete it off the phone, drag it up to install and let it go. And then it will ask you, do you want to uninstall this app? We'll press OK. And now you'll notice Monopoly Go is no longer in the menu. So that's how easy it is to remove an app once you decide you don't want it on the phone. Now maybe you want to do this. If you swipe over here, you can see there are different pages of apps on the home screen. You can move an app to the home screen by doing this. So let's swipe up. So first, make sure you're on the page that you want to put the app. So this is our home screen. I want to put it on this page, not this page, but this page. I'm going to swipe up, and let's say I want to move Candy Crush to that home screen. I'm going to press and keep my finger on the app, drag up, and then find a spot to place it, and then take your finger off of it. And now Candy Crush is on the home screen and easier for me to get to play it. So that's how you move the apps around. If I want to move Candy Crush to the next page, I'm going to take my finger, put it on the app, hold it, and when that menu pops up, I'm going to drag it to the right. It'll take me over to the next screen, and then I can let go of it like that, and I can drop it here. So that's how you move apps back and forth between the pages. Now, let's move on and talk about how to make the size of the text larger. For some people, you might say the text, I just would like it to be a bit bigger so I can read it better. No problem. So to get to our settings, we can swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, and tap on that little settings button in the bottom right corner. And here we're in the settings. We'll now go to display, and then display size and text. And then here we have two options we can control to increase the size of the font. So first is the font size. Now keep an eye on the apps up here, because when you make changes, you can preview it right up here. So I'm going to tap on the plus, and you'll notice the size of the words are going to get bigger. Let's press it again. Words are bigger. And you'll also notice that the words down here are getting bigger too. So you want to keep playing with this plus until you get to a size you're comfortable with. And notice, I mean, it considerably will get larger as you keep going. So if it gets too big and you need to make it smaller, just press the minus, and that's how you'll take the size down a bit. Next is the display size. So this is actually making the size of the icons larger. See that? Now, when I hit the home button, you'll see on the home screen the size of the apps are larger and the size of the words are larger too. So this is how you kind of manipulate the size of the text, and you'll want to keep playing around with that until you get just the right size for you. I'm going to take these down just a bit, but that is the process. Let's hit our home button. Don't forget to bump that like button if you haven't done so already. And if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button too, so you can be alerted when we post new videos. Okay, in the next section, we're going to go over how to make calls and how to answer the phone. In the bottom left corner of the phone, you'll find the phone app. And here, you'll have three options. You have favorites, recents, and contacts. Recents shows you the recent calls that have come through the phone. Contacts is where you'll find the contacts that you've saved into your phone for easy calling. And favorites are numbers you've favorited as these are the people I call the most, so I want to add them to my favorites menu. Now, we tap on this button here. This is your dialer. This brings up the keypad so you can make the call, and you'll simply type in the phone number you want to call. Let's put a number in now, and you'll press the green button when you're ready to make the call. There we go. And when the call picks up, you'll see this number begin to count up. And if you want to put the call on speakerphone, you can tap on the speaker button like this.
Life alert.
You can mute the call by obviously pressing the mute button. If you want to add another person to the call, you'll tap on add a call, and then you can type in the number. And if you want to bring up your keypad, because you need to enter a number for different options, you press that button. If you want to go back, you press on the X here, and it takes you back to the menu. And when you're all done, simply press the red button, and that will end the call. Now, a couple of other really important shortcuts. On the dialer here, there are little icons, and under the 1, you'll see the voicemail icon. So if you press 1 and you press the call button, this is how you call your voicemail. So if you put your finger on the 1 and just keep it there for 1 second, it'll automatically call your voicemail, so you can check to see if you have any new missed messages. And when you're done, press the red button, and that will close it out. So that's making calls. Pretty simple. Now let's go over what it looks like when a call comes through. So I'm going to call the phone right now, and we'll see a pop-up on the screen. At the top, simply press the green button to answer the call. Press the red button if you want to decline the call. Let's answer it the first time, and it looks exactly the same as how it looks when you make the call yourself. And when you're done, simply press the red button, and that will close the call out. Now, let's call again and see what it looks like when you decline the call. Press the red button, and that declines it. So very simple. There's not much to it. Now, it's going to look a little different when the screen is off. So let's go over this next. Call comes through. This is what it will look like, and what you do is a bit different. So call has come through. If you want to answer, you actually have to drag up. If you just tap, it's not going to answer. Take your finger and drag up, and that's how you answer the call. Now, you do the opposite if you want to decline the call. Okay, so call is going to come through again. This time, I would be dragging down if I want to decline it. Now, another option you have is in the corner, you have this little message button. If you drag out, but you start with that message button, you can then send a follow-up text message while you're declining the call. So you can send, can't talk now, what's up, and then it will send that to the person as a text message. So that is just an additional option you have. So that's what it looks like to answer a call. And Again, very important to go over both because as you can see, it looks different depending on what you're doing. Okay, in the next section, we're going to go over how to send text messages. This is your messaging app. This is where all the messages will come through. Let's tap on the Messages app. And here you can see I have quite a few messages that have come through already. So whenever a message is in bold, all these are in bold lettering, that means it's a new message. And to the right, you can see there's a number. So this says you have one new message from that person, one message from this person, two messages from that person, two, one, and so on and so forth. If I tap on one of these messages, it'll take me in and I can look at all the messages that have come through. And when I hit the back button, you'll notice that message is no longer in bold. Now it's just in a regular font style. So that's how you decipher between what is new and what you've already read. Now, let's say I want to text this person back. I'm going to tap in the box that says text message. And this will bring up the keyboard and allow me to type my message. Hi, type in your message. And then you press this green button to send the message. Now, you can also send a picture this way. By tapping on the plus and going to gallery, you can then either take a picture or at the bottom here, it will show pictures you've already taken. I've taken no pictures on this phone right now, so there's none to select, but let's take a few. Let me just point and just snap this one. So I just snapped a picture. And then I'm going to press on that button here. Now, if you want to type a message before you send it, tap in the box that says write a caption. And you can just say, look. And then tap your send button. And that will send off the picture. So that's how easy it is to attach a picture. Now, you can also send a picture using this button right here. So there's three buttons here. The first button is the emoji button. This is how you can send either these little emoji icons. Maybe you want to send like the cool, what's the cool one here? This one. Or you can look for a GIF by tapping on here where it says GIFs. And here you can see some pre-selected ones, or you can go to search. You can just say, yeah. Type it in, hit the search magnifying glass in the bottom right corner. And now I can just tap on it and it will add it to the message just like that. And then we can send it off. So that's what this first button does. It allows you to send the emojis and look for the really funny GIFs to attach to your message. The second button is the one that is a shortcut to either your gallery, which will be all the photos you have. And normally you'll have lots of photos in here. You can swipe through and then select one, just tap, and then it will add it to the message. Or you can press that other button. Let's see, let's back out here, press it again. Or you can simply pick the phone up and take a picture right now and then simply attach it that way and then hit the send button. This is your voice message button. I can hold down on this and I can send a voice message via text message. Hold down on it, keep your finger on the button, and you'll see it counting up right here. I hope you have a great day. Now when you're done, let go of the button and then it will attach a voice message. There you go. Now guess what? If you don't like it, press the little X and that will get rid of it and you can send another one. Now, if you tap on text message, obviously our keyboard is going to come up. You also have a microphone right here. Now that microphone is different from what this does. This microphone is if you want to use what is called voice to text. You can simply say the message instead of sending it as a voice message, just like this. First time you tap the microphone, you have to give it permission to be able to listen to what you're saying and then transcribe it. So tap while using the app. Good morning. I hope you have a great day today, period. So you can actually say punctuation and it will add that in as well. And this is a much easier way to text. You just microphone, say it, tap the microphone again, and then hit the send button. Now, a couple other things to notice. At the top here, you'll have a phone button. Pressing this will automatically dial the person's number so you can call them. Now, if I want to turn this text message into a group message, I can tap on the three dots and I can tap on add people, and then I can do a search and then I can add other people into the message. You can scroll through this section here and you can tap another number to add it, or you can just simply type in the phone number. Now, Let's hit our back button. So that's a brief rundown of just the messaging app, and those are kind of the main things you'll need to know. If one last thing, if you want to send a new text message, you'll tap on Start Chat, and then you'll have this box come up, and you can begin to type in a new number. So I've typed in the phone number, and this number is actually already saved into the phone, which is great. And I can tap, but if it wasn't in your phone, you would tap on send to this number, or you can just hit the checkbox or the check in the bottom right corner, and that will tee up a message with that new phone number. So that is a brief rundown of the text messaging app and just the main things you'll need to know. Let's now move into how to secure your phone, how to put a passcode on it. So if someone picks up your phone that you haven't given permission, they would have to have your code in order to get in and look at your sensitive information. So we're going to swipe up. I'm going to show you a different way to get to the settings. We're going to swipe up and go to the bottom here, and this is the settings wheel that also takes you to the settings app. We'll hit our back button to get back to the main screen. Oh, there we go. Now let's swipe down, or notice when you're dragging your finger up the screen, you're swiping down. So just pay attention to that. And we're going to go to security and privacy. And here it actually helps you to measure how secure your phone is, and it will make recommendations. Here it's saying, hey, set a screen lock. It's basically trying to tell you this will help to make your phone more secure. Let's tap on set a screen lock, and let's make it a pattern. This is one of the easier ways to secure the phone. You can just create a pattern like this. You put it in, hit next, put that same pattern in again, confirm, and now that's how your phone will be secured. If I lock the screen and I try to get back in now, watch what happens. It will ask me to draw the pattern first before I can get into the phone. Now, you don't have to make it a pattern. You can make it a number combination, or you can make it really challenging and make it a combination of letters and numbers. If you want to change it, you'll want to tap on device unlock and go to where it says screen lock pattern. We'll have to put in that pattern. And guess what? If we change it to a PIN is a 4 to 6 digit number. So that's another option you have. If you go to the third option, which is passcode or password, high security, that'll be a combination of letters and numbers. So it just depends on how secure you think you need to make it. If you're not surrounded by people you don't trust, then a pattern probably is fine. Let's hit our back button. Now next, I want to show you how to set up the fingerprint unlock, because this makes it even easier. You'll simply press with your fingerprint and unlock it that way. So let's tap on fingerprint. We'll have to put in our passcode or pattern, and we'll hit setup. Now actually, the fingerprint is activated using the power button. So watch this. You basically take your finger and you'll need to press the power button like this. And every time you lift and put your finger down, you want to try to slightly move it, because the phone is trying to get a feel for your fingerprint. And also, you want to try to hold the phone the way you normally hold it. If you hold it in a weird way, then this is going to be hard to unlock the phone, this method. So yeah, try to hold the phone in a natural way. And we're almost done here. And I think we're just about there. Perfect. Fingerprint is now added. So now I turn the phone off and I swipe up. I can take my fingerprint and unlock it just like that. Now the cool thing too is if the screen is off, you don't have to wake up the screen first. You can just tap the power button with your thumb and it will wake up the phone and unlock it at the same time. So that's super helpful. Now you can also program your face to unlock the phone as well, and this is super easy. You just tap face unlock. You're going to hold the phone up to your face. It takes a few seconds, and then you can basically use your face to unlock the phone as well. So whatever method works best for you, do it. I always tend to set up the fingerprint and the pattern for myself. All right, just a quick reminder, make sure you bump that like button down below if you haven't already done so. If you've gotten value, leave me a comment and consider leaving a super thanks as well. Let's move into the next section, which is how to take pictures and then where to find those pictures on the phone once you've taken them. So in the bottom right corner, you'll find your camera icon or your camera app we'll go into our camera. It's asking you if you want to give the phone permission to access your device location. Now, why would you do this? Well, one cool feature the phone can do, if you'd like it to do, is it can organize your photos by geographic location. For example, if you travel a lot, it'll group all your pictures from Hawaii in one folder, and it'll create a folder for each of your trips. That's one of the fun uses for it. But everyone doesn't use this feature, and I tend to not give permission for this one, just for myself personally. So it's up to you if you'd like to access that feature. I don't particularly care about it. So, all right, we're in the camera. We're on photos, that's where you take pictures. Press the white button to take a picture. Now the phone is facing down, so right now it can't take a picture of anything because it's just on the table. But if I want to switch it to the front camera, I press this button here, and this will rotate it to the front camera. And now I can snap pictures. I can also switch to a wide angle shot like this, and that'll give me a little bit more onto the screen, and then I can snap and take that picture. You can change the ratio of your picture by tapping on this button here and change the aspect to a 1:1 ratio, or even a 9:6, which is a widescreen ratio too. If you want to take a video, right next to photo is the video button or video setting. And you notice the button changes from a white circle to a white circle with a red dot in the center. Now we're on video recording. Tap on that button. It says recording. You'll see it counting up in the upper left corner right here. And that's how we know our video is going. Now, one cool tip, if you want to take a picture while it's recording the video, tap on this button here, and it will snap still pictures while it's recording video. You can pause the video here and then resume it like that with that button, or just simply press this button to stop the video from recording. If you want to turn on your flash for a photo, you'll find the flash button in the upper left corner. Tap on this button, and you can tap, right now it's on auto flash, but we can switch to a forced flash, and that means that it's always on, or you can turn the flash off altogether by doing that. Now, we've just taken a few videos and a few pictures. How do we find them on the phone? Well, first, this button to the left here, this button takes you to the last few pictures that you've taken. So you can swipe through and we can see the last couple of pictures we've taken, which is great. It's an easy way just to review what you've just taken. Now you'll notice something here. What happened to my buttons at the bottom of the screen? Where's my home button and my back button and my recent apps? Well, the phone right now is in full screen mode, and in full screen, it hides the buttons. But to get them back, you can simply swipe up from the bottom of the screen, and that will bring up the buttons. Let me show you again. So we're in full screen. Start from the bottom of the phone and just swipe up, and that'll bring up your navigation buttons. Okay, let's hit our home button. Now, we've taken some pictures, we reviewed them, but now you're at home and you want to review those pictures again. How do I get to them now? You need to go to the Photos app and tap Allow. Now the first thing that will pop up is a pop-up from Google asking if you want the phone to back up your photos. Now this is a very useful feature, but it does come with a caveat, so I want to explain that. So if you turn on the backup, it's great. Every time you take pictures, it will back them up to Google Cloud. You can access them on photos.google.com. It's a very useful feature and I've used it for years. But the caveat is that Google only gives you 15 gigabytes of free storage. So once your 15 gigs fills up, you'll then need to begin to pay to maintain that storage or to increase it. It's not a lot. For example, I think I pay $199 for 1 terabyte of storage or something like that. So it's not a lot, but keep in mind that over time, Google can raise those prices. So it's up to you. But what's great about this is if you lose your phone, your photos are backed up in the cloud. And therefore, it's not as bad if your phone gets lost because they're backed up in the cloud. So that is up to you to choose what you want to do. If you want to move forward, simply just hit Get Started. If you decide you don't want your photos backed up online, simply turn this off and then tap Continue without backup. Now here they're offering a deal, which is a really good deal. It says keep a lifetime of memories with more storage, 100 gigabytes for only $199. Actually, so the deal is you would get 100 gigabytes for 49 cents a month. So, but it looks like it's get 75% off your first month. So then it will go back to 199 the next month. So again, it's up to you if you want to do it. If you don't, just tap no subscription and then hit continue without. Now, here are the pictures that we just took and some that I took a few days ago. Now, if you go to memories, here you'll see other pictures that I've taken over time. If we go to collections, you'll also see more pictures that I've taken, and these are all stored into the cloud. So that's just showing you that I have backed up photos in the past. Now, the main section you'll want to be in is the photos. This is where you'll see the latest pictures that you've taken. Now, if you go to collections, and you go to on this device, this is where you'll mainly look at the pictures that you've taken that are stored just on this phone. We have a camera folder, we have our messages folder, and we have our screenshots folder. So this is where you'll mainly keep track of all the photos you've taken on this phone. All right, now let's end the video with going over how to set up your email. Now, if you go to the Google folder and tap on it and go to Gmail, this is where you can set up your email accounts. Press got it. And I have one email account that's set up right now. I can tap on add another email address if I want to add another one. Some of you guys may have already signed into your Gmail, and so when you open the app, this is probably what you're already seeing. You're seeing the Google page. So if you want to add a new email from this page, you'll need to come to the upper right corner, tap on the little icon in the corner, and go to add another account. And then it will take you to the setup email page. So that's just a workaround. Now, a few things here. Some of you might say, well, my other accounts are not Google, so how do I set those up? Well, the Google app lets you set up email addresses from other email types. Outlook, Hotmail Live, Yahoo, Exchange, and Office 360. So if you have any of these email types, you can just simply select the option, and then you'll sign into your email by putting in your email address and password. You can also hit other, and you can type in the email address and the password, although sometimes this can be tricky and it doesn't always work. So let me show you a workaround if you're not able to sign into your email using these options. Hit your home button, go to the Play Store, press the search button twice to bring up the search. Now in the bottom left corner, tap on the number key right here, tap on the @ symbol, and then tap on the letters and type in the back half of your email address. For example, if you have an sbcglobal.net, you just type in @sbcglobal.net. Whatever the back half of your email address is, it could be @aol.com. Type in @aol.com. That's it. And then tap on the search button in the bottom right corner. And this will recommend apps that support those email types. So that's an easy way of working around and finding an app that will work with your email address type. Let's go to, it looks like the Yahoo Mail app will work. So we can simply tap on that blue install button, install this app. Now, pop quiz, how can I find this app once I've downloaded it? Home button, swipe up, you'll see it up here, and you'll see it at the bottom right there. So that is a rundown of how to sign into other email types if Gmail doesn't support it. Now, let's hit our recent apps button and we can swipe over and go to our Gmail app. Now, I'm going to hit the back button to get off this page, and let's go back in again, and now we're back into our email app. Now, here's a brief run through of how to use the email app. In the bottom right corner, you'll find the Compose button. In the bottom right corner, you'll find the Compose button. You'll use this to set up a new email. Type in the name of the person you want to email, or excuse me, not the name, but type in their email address. And then you just tap in the boxes when you want to type in that section. And then tap where it says Compose Email to type in what you want to say in the email. If you want to attach a picture or a file, you tap on this little paper clip in the upper right corner. And then this is your send button to send off the message. Now, if you just want to go through your inbox and look at what has been sent to you, you just tap on these different options here. Let's tap on, let's see, This is a Google Pixel email. So here, Google is telling me they have deals on the Pixel Watch right now as low as $299. Great, you read it. Maybe you decide, okay, I read this. I don't want to do anything with it. I want to delete it. There's a trash can at the top you can press to delete the email. Now, maybe you say, I don't need to go into this Google Photos app because you know what? I already know I don't care about what's in there. No problem. Tap on the little circle to the left of the email, and this is how you'll select multiple emails, and I can delete all these at the same time. They're all selected, and now I'm going to press the trash can button, not the first button, but the second button, and that will delete those emails. So that's a really easy way to delete emails in your inbox. And that's a brief run through of your email app. Number 1, how to use 2 apps at one time. First, we're going to open up YouTube, and then hit the home button, and then open up Chrome, and then hit the home button. And then if we tap on the recent apps button, swipe over to YouTube. We want YouTube to be at the top, so we're going to start with YouTube. Tap on the YouTube icon, tap split screen, and then swipe over to Chrome. And now it'll stack the 2 apps so we can have this video playing at the top, and at the bottom I can scroll through and I can browse the internet. Now this will work with most apps, and if you want to switch the apps that are at the bottom, you can simply drag down on this white bar and then hit the home button and then find another app that you'll want to be on the screen. So this time, let's do it with Amazon. So open up Amazon, close Amazon, and then hit the recent apps. Go back to YouTube, go to split screen, and then swipe over to Amazon. And you'll stack those just the same. And I can even take the phone and rotate it in the landscape position as well, and it will allow me to use it just that way too. You can also double tap on this white bar in the middle if you want to switch and move the app on the left to the right and vice versa. And when you're all done, again, just drag that white bar in the middle all the way down, and that will take you out of the full screen view. Number 2 is a really fun one. This is a hidden gesture, and basically if you take the phone and you chop like this, it'll automatically activate your flashlight. Again, all you do is do a chopping motion like this, and that's what activates it, but it has to be quick. So 2 chops, turns it off, 2 chops, turns it on again. Now, if your chopping motion is not working, here's how to check your settings to see if you have it activated. So we're gonna swipe up, we're gonna go to the Moto app, or excuse me, the Moto folder, and then go to Moto. And then once you're in here, just simply swipe up and go to gestures, and then go down to fast flashlight and make sure this is turned on. Okay, yours might be toggled off, just simply turn it on, and that'll make sure when you do the 2 chopping motion, it'll automatically activate the flashlight. I want to give a quick shout out to a really cool accessory I use quite a bit. This is an Anchor portable battery charger, and you can simply pop it right into your charging port, and this will let you charge on the go. It charges nice and quick, and it's pretty light. Now, I can't tell you how many times I will forget to plug in my phone at night. I have a newborn baby at home, and so often I will put my phone next to the bed but not on the charger. And so sometimes I wake up and I just need to go. And so this little guy comes in so clutch because I can just pop it in and my phone can charge while I'm getting ready for the day. And when I go out, and usually after about an hour or 2, my phone is charged up to 100% and I'm good to go. So I'll link this down below on the screen here. It's a really cool accessory, and man, this thing is just, it comes in handy so often. Number 3, I want to show you a cool shortcut to launch your camera really fast. This is another gesture. Simply just take the phone and you just do 2 twists like this. This will automatically send your phone into the camera mode so you can snap a picture or a video. Let me show you that again. I'm just twisting my wrist and I'm doing it twice, okay? 1, 2, and this automatically will take you out of whatever you're using into the camera. So if there's something really important that's happening, you can capture it really quickly. So now moving on to number 4, I just showed you 2 really cool gestures, and this phone actually has a lot more gestures you can tap into. So if we swipe up and we go back to that Moto app that's in our Moto folder, and you go to the gesture section, you can see all the different gestures that are available. There's one for screenshotting with 3 fingers. There is one that can activate a do not disturb. There's one that will automatically unlock your phone by picking it up. That's the lift to unlock. So I encourage you, play around with this app because there's so many cool things in there that you can tap into that are really unique to just Motorola phones. So that is all in the Moto app. Okay, number 5, I want to show you how to customize your lock screen. All right, so this is the lock screen. The lock screen is the first screen you see when you basically turn the phone on. And if you take your finger and just simply long press on the home screen, it'll bring up this button that says Customize Lock Screen. We're going to tap on Customize Lock Screen, and then it will allow you to customize a lot of the different options you see on screen. So the first thing is the time. If I tap here, I can change this clock to some of these other options here. This one's kind of funky. It's an analog clock, and it has some other pieces of metric like your battery percentage. It also has the date, and it has the weather. So that's one option there. If I tap it again, I can swipe through, and then this is another option of how you can lay out the lock screen. I think I'm going to keep it on this one for now. Now after, come down here, and this is another set of shortcuts. So you can change the notification style, how the phone is showing you information that's coming through. And so this is the third option, that's bubble. This is the chip option, and this is the list option. This is the more traditional option. So you can kind of figure out how you want to see notifications come through. I think for now I'm going to keep it on the list option. And then the last thing is these are app shortcuts on the left and on the right. So if there's a really important app you want to have access to, for example, a lot of people have their phone as one of these shortcuts. So I'm going to just tap on here, and then I can come in and you can pick from these pre-selected ones at the top here. So flashlight, wallet, camera, or we can go down and pick an actual app. I'm going to pick the phone for this one. And then I'm going to tap over here and select another shortcut. Now you might want to make this one something funner like your music. So I'm going to tap YouTube Music. And now I'll have those two as the shortcut. And when you're all done, just simply tap on this arrow. And oh, that's to add a city. So we'll do that later. All right. Now let's take a look at our lock screen after we made some adjustments. So there it is. I can now see some of my notifications that are coming through. I have my 2 shortcuts now for the phone and for YouTube Music. And the only thing is when you change the notification option, you can't see all those cool other pieces of data that were on the screen. So if we want to change that, we can do this. Hold down again, hit Customize Lock Screen. And let's change this back to just the bubble view. And there we go. Let's check it again. Now our notifications just come through as bubbles, but all that other cool data is going to be at the top. Our analog clock and our weather and our alarm clock. I want to give a quick plug to the new Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 that just came out. If you're looking for a new smartwatch, this is a really cool one. It's one I've been using every day ever since it came out. And this is actually compatible with the Motorola phone. You just have to download the Samsung Wearable app, and you can use this to get notifications. You can use this to track your workouts. You can also use it to listen to music. There's so many cool things that are built in. There's also even really simple functions like being able to ping your phone when it's lost from your watch. So these are all cool things. I'm going to link this on screen right here, and you guys can check out the price and see if this is something that you want to get to go with your Moto G5. For number 6, guys, this hidden feature is such a useful feature. Let's say you're on Instagram and you're reading something on your screen and you want to highlight it and you want to save it to your phone. Well, guess what? If you simply long press on your home button right here, you can then select all the text or some of the text that's on the screen just by dragging your finger across the text and then tapping the copy button. From here, I can hit the home button, and then I can swipe up and I can drop it in any app. Maybe I want to drop it in an email. I'm going to hit compose. I'm going to tap here and long press for 1 second and then tap paste. And just that easy, I was able to grab that text from that Instagram post and paste it into an email. You can also paste it into a note file. You can paste it anywhere. So this is a super easy way to simply select text on screen and pull it and drop it wherever you need it. All right, guys, for this next tip, I want to show you how to activate the Gemini Assistant. So all you really need to do is hold down on the home button of the phone right here. We're gonna hold for 1 second, and that's gonna bring up your Gemini Assistant. And for those of you that used the Google Assistant in the past, Gemini is very similar, but it's a lot more intuitive and you can do so much more. Okay, for our next tip, I wanna show you how to manually turn on the battery saver mode. You're gonna swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, and swipe to your left and look for the power saving mode or battery saver. We're gonna tap here, and here we're going to turn it on. Now, you're probably saying, why would I want to turn on the battery saver? Doesn't it automatically turn on when the phone drops below 15%? So you would be correct. Now, the reason you want to know how to manually turn it on is, what if you find yourself in a situation where you're not going to be able to charge your phone for a long period of time? Maybe you're going to an amusement park or a Coachella festival, or just somewhere where you're not going to have access to power for a long time. Or you could find yourself in some type of a natural disaster where it could be days before you can charge. This is something you would want to do right away, because this is going to strip the phone of a lot of the background services that are running so it can conserve more battery. So this way your battery should last a lot longer than it does in a normal day. Now, since we're speaking about the battery, I also want to show you another really cool tip, which is how to show your battery percentage in the upper right corner, because right now it just shows us the battery icon, but I don't know exactly how much battery I have left. Now, if I swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, it's going to bring up a settings wheel. Let's tap on the wheel, and from here we're going to go to battery, and then we're going to go to battery percentage. And now it'll always show you the exact percentage in the upper right corner. Now, to me, this is super helpful, because if I notice my battery is draining quickly, I want to make sure I get to power as fast as I can. Now, I want to give a quick reminder that you can expand your storage on this phone. I'm going to link right here to some memory card options in case you want to add more storage. The memory cards today are really inexpensive, and you can double and in some cases triple the storage of the phone for only $20 or $30. So if you want to expand your storage to make sure you have a lot more space for your pictures, for your videos, and your other media files, make sure you click that link right here and check out some of these memory card deals that are limited time on a really good sale. I also have a video where I talk about how to install a memory card and also some really good tips of things you should do once you install a memory card. I'll link that video up top right here. For our next tip, I want to show you how to customize your home screen. We went over the lock screen. Now let's go over customizing the home screen. So first, we're going to long press on the home screen, and here is where you're going to see the first few options, starting with the theme. So we can change the theme. There's a couple of pre-selected ones in here right now. Let's say I pick this Seaway theme. I'm going to hit save. And this will change the background of the phone. It should also change the color of the keyboard slightly. When you swipe down from the top, you'll see those colors are going to be a little different. So that's one way to change the layout and kind of customize the phone. Now, if I long press next, I want to go to font. And here I can swipe through a list of other really cool fonts. And you can see just how it's going to show differently. I really like that one. I think I'm going to stick with this font style right here. And next, hold down, go to personalize. And here you can get really granular with the details. So for example, with the colors, tap on colors. And here you can change the color of some of the menus here. Maybe I want to use this green instead. You can change the icons and have them be themed. So there's that. But I don't like that. I'm going to keep that the same. Let's hit save. Next, go to icon shape. And here, I'm going to make the icons have this little bump around the edge. Just kind of that little curve around each of the edges. And you have other things like the display size for the text. Dark mode, you have your layout. You can actually add more apps to your home screen by changing the grid layout. So right now it's a 4:6, but we can go up to a 5:7, which will make the apps smaller, but it allows you to get a lot more apps on the screen. Let's go ahead and hit save. And now let's see how it came out. So there's our home screen. We can have a lot more apps on the screen now because we have an extra row and an extra column. Our font is different now, and our menu colors are going to be different. So those are just a couple ways that you can really customize the phone to make it a little more unique to, your favorite colors and your style. Okay, and for this last tip, I want to show you how to improve the quality of your selfies. There's a small tweak you can make that's going to make your selfies look a lot better. So let's go to the camera, and we're going to go to the settings wheel in the upper right corner, and then tap on front photo resolution and change this to high. And what this will do is it's going to now take pictures at a much higher resolution to make your selfies just a little bit better. They're going to pop a little bit more now that you're at that higher resolution. And that's it. Today I want to show you how to install a memory card on your Moto G 5G 2025. In the box of your phone, you'll find a SIM card tool. It looks something like this. We're going to use this to pop out the SIM card. The SIM tray is on the left side of the phone. You'll insert it into the little hole and just give it one good push. And you'll see your tray come out. And let's just pull it out there. Your phone SIM card will go there. And then here we'll insert our card. It should fit plush. You should be able to turn it over and not fall out. And that was probably the fastest install I've ever done. And we'll just slide it back in. Now, don't force it if it doesn't fit. Looks like I need to give it a stronger press just to make sure it's really in there. All right, let's try it again. Memory card should be face up. And there we go. All right, card is in. Now, one quick note, please do not use cheap off-brand memory cards. I've had memory cards just literally just stop working out of nowhere and you lose all your data. It's so frustrating. So here I'm going to link to some memory card recommendations. Stick to the name brands: Samsung, PNY, SanDisk, even Seagate. Stick to name brands, because the off brands, the card might be a little bit cheaper, but then it could just stop working out of nowhere and you lose all your information. All right. So once you install the card, the next thing you'll want to do is swipe down from the top of the screen, and you should see a pop-up here. It says Samsung SD card. This is the phone telling you that it's reading and it has recognized the memory card. If you don't see this pop up, it might be that the phone is not reading your memory card. So check for that first. That's super important. Next, we're going to swipe up and go to the settings, because I want you to be able to see how much storage you have on the card. So we're going to go to the storage section. And where it says this device, if you tap here, switch it and tap on Samsung SD card, or for you, just tap on SD card. And here we can see the size of the card. So 120 gig card and 71 gigs are already used up. So 128 minus 71, we have 56 or 57 gigs left that we can use to save files. You also have some options here. If you go to free up space, this will help you to go through the files and delete, see what's taking up the most space. You can also enable the storage manager, and this will allow you to manage the storage using the phone settings. So again, main reason we came here is I want you to be able to track how much card data you have total and how much is being used. It's always good to be able to just go and check to see. Sometimes you'll see your card is full, and that's how you'll be able to check. Okay, next, hit the home button. We're going to go to the camera, and you'll want to change your camera settings. Now, the first time you go into the camera after installing the card, it will ask you, there's an SD card available. Do you want to store your photos and videos on that card? Hit sure. Once you do this, it's going to start saving all the pictures to your memory card, which is what you want. You want to keep your phone storage freed up for your apps and your important files, and have your photos and videos go to the card. So that pop up, you hit sure, and now the phone is going to save them just to your card. Now, hit the home button. Let's go to the Google Photos app. And so this is the main screen. Well, actually, this is the main screen. So photos, go to collections, and go to on this device. And here you'll see all your different folders. So this folder here is going to be your memory card folder. And the way you know that is when you tap into it, you'll see a little memory card in the upper right corner. If we go to this folder, you won't see that memory card icon. So this is the folder that basically is showing you all the files that are on the memory card, and it'll show you all the new files that all the new pictures you've taken, and basically it'll show you that they're being saved to the card. So these are all the pictures that are saved on the internal storage of the phone. All right, let's hit the home button. Today I want to show you how to take a screenshot and how to print on the Moto G5G 2025. To take a screenshot, there are a few different ways to do this, and I'll go over all three, and then you can choose which one is the easiest for you. The first one is, so pick what you want to take a screenshot of. Let's say we go into Google Play and we want to take a screenshot of this page. If we tap on the recent apps button in the bottom right corner, there is a screenshot button right here. You can tap, that will snap a picture of your screen. You can tap on the little picture that shows up, and then you can then make edits to that afterward by cropping or writing on the photo, adding filters. You have all these options. You can scroll through here to adjust the picture before saving it. One cool option is tap on this little icon here to install more editing tools. So definitely encourage you to do that. Now, if you don't make any changes, if you just hit cancel, it's going to automatically save that screenshot to your gallery, and I'll show you how to get to that in a minute. Okay, the next way to take a screenshot is taking 3 fingers and tapping the screen for 1 second, just like that. Now, this is not my favorite, and I don't really use this method too often, but I did want to show you just so you can decide if you like that option best. The third way, which is my favorite, is simply holding down on the power and volume down button for 1 second like this. 1, 2, 3, hold together and let it go. Quick snap, screenshot, and you're done. Okay, so how do we find that screenshot after we've taken it? We're going to go to our Google Photos app, and you want to go to the collections tab right here, and then go to on this device, and then you'll have a folder that says screenshots, and here you'll see all the screenshots that we just took. Now let's say I want to print this screenshot right here. I'm going to go to the upper right corner and tap on the 3 dots, and I'm going to just slide over until I see the print button. Tap on print. Now next, you'll need to make sure you're connected to Wi-Fi, so swipe down. I am on Wi-Fi, my Wi-Fi is on, and it shows the name of the network. So that's perfect, that's the first thing. The next thing, you need to make sure you turn on your wireless printer and make sure they're on the same network. And next, tap on the button that says select a printer. There's a little drop down to the right. And I'm going to tap on my Epson XP4200. And now I can tap on this green button to send this to the printer for it to print. Now, if I tap on this little arrow right here, I can access more print options. For example, I can make more copies, change it from a color copy to black and white. I can change the paper size. Also, if you're printing more than one page, you can select what page you want to print, whether it's the first, third, or all, and then you'll tap on that button to send to the printer. So that is how you print a screenshot or any picture that's on your phone. Now let's go to the home button. Next, I want to show you how to print an email. We're going to go to the Gmail app, and let's find an email to print. Let's print this email from Google Pixel about the Google Pixel Buds. We're going to go to the upper right corner and tap on the 3 dots, come down to print, and you'll see the same menu. Now, one thing to keep in mind, if you're printing multiple pages, it will take a minute for the preview of all the pages to show. So you can either wait until they show up, or you can tap select a printer and go down to save as PDF, And for some reason, when you select that, the previews always show up faster. And here we have quite a few pages. This email was 11 pages total. You can always uncheck the bottom right corner of a page if you don't want that one to check. And you can manually go through and do this, or you can hit the drop down and under page range, you can change this, and then you can select right here what pages you want to print. Could be 1 through 3, 1 through 5, 1 comma 3, 1 comma 5. It's up to you. And then you'll want to switch this back to the printer and hit the print button here. Now here I'll link to the printer I'm using. I love Epson printers. They work really great with Android phones. So I'll link to that one, and I'll have a few other options linked as well. Okay, let's hit our home button. And lastly, let's go to Google Chrome and let's print something from this website. So we're on Amazon.com and we want to print something from Amazon. Let's say you want to print out this controller. Let's select the controller. If we go to the upper right corner and tap on the 3 dots, you'll notice you won't see a print button. Tap on share, and then you'll see the print button right here. So it's just one extra step to get there. And same thing, it's trying to load the page, but there's a lot of pages, so it could take a minute. So tap on select a printer, go to save as a PDF, and you'll see the preview load much faster. Perfect. Then we can switch back to our Epson printer and tap on that button to send it to the printer. And that's it. Today I want to show you how to soft reset your phone if your touchscreen is freezing or not working properly on the Moto G 5G 2025. What you're going to do is hold down on the power and the volume down button until the screen goes dark. Now the screen is going to take a screenshot. Continue to hold the buttons. It usually takes 5 to 10 seconds. Screen just went off, and just that fast it's coming back on again. So what this does is it basically mimics taking the battery out of the phone and putting it back in, and it just helps to reboot the entire system. Generally, if you're having a glitch with your screen, it's because of an app that could be having an issue, or it could be a software issue. This usually will fix that. Now, if this doesn't fix it, my next question would be, is your screen cracked or damaged in any way? Because if the screen is damaged, then this is not going to fix your problem. So if this doesn't work, then the next thing I would recommend for you is to take your phone to your local service and repair center. Usually you find them in malls, and have them look at the screen and diagnose it to see what it would cost to replace the screen. Or you can reach out to Motorola as well and see what it would cost to have the screen replaced. Welcome into the video. I'm your tech guy Wayne, and today I want to show you how to reset your Moto G 5G 2025 back to factory settings. The first thing you'll need to do is swipe up on the home screen and swipe up again and go to your settings app. Okay, from here, the first thing you'll want to do is go down to our passwords, passkeys, and accounts, and you'll want to find your Google account and tap on the Google account and tap remove account. The reason you do this is because when you reset the phone, if there is a Google account that is signed in, you are locking the phone to that Google account, and you will then have to put in the password to that account before you can set up the phone. So if you're resetting the phone because you want to sell it to someone, or you want to give it away or return to the store that you bought it from, whatever, you have to follow these steps before you do the reset. Okay, now that's done. Hit your back button at the bottom of the screen here. Now we're going to swipe up and we're going to go to System. And from here, tap on Reset Options, and then Erase All Data, Factory Reset. Now, the last thing you'll need to do is hit Erase All Data, and then Erase All Data. At this point, it's going to fully reset the phone. It's going to first erase all of your data that's on the phone, and second, it's then going to set the phone up like a brand new phone. So this process can take anywhere from 30 seconds to a few minutes. The main thing is don't touch the phone, let it sit. And also the phone does have to be above 30% or more battery in order to trigger the reset. If not, the phone will not allow you to, because there's a chance that while it's resetting, the battery could die and that'll totally brick the phone. So at this point, there's nothing else you need to do. Just sit and wait, and you'll know the process is done because the phone will restart a few times, then we'll go to a welcome screen, and it will ask you to select a language. Hope you got value out of this video. Make sure you bump that like button down below. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. Take care, and as always, have a good one.